The Fastest Believer, the Usain Bolt Story. In the quiet town of Sherwood Content in Jamaica, a young Usain Bolt would race the wind, barefoot through lush sugarcane fields, his laughter echoing like music across the hills. From the beginning, Usain had a spark, a boundless energy that no one could quite contain. Teachers at his school would chuckle about his antics, but they all agreed on one thing: he was fast, incredibly fast. But even with his natural talent, Usain wasn't always confident in himself. His towering frame as a teenager made him awkward, and the expectations placed on him weighed heavily. Lightning Bolt, they called him, but he sometimes felt more like a flicker than a flash. One day, after a disappointing race where he stumbled and finished last, Usain sat on a hill overlooking his small village. The horizon stretched endlessly, just like his dreams of becoming the fastest man in the world. Yet, doubt gnawed at his heart. "Why me?" he muttered, kicking a stone. "Why do they all think I can be someone special?" His coach, Glenn Mills, had been watching from a distance. With quiet steps, he approached and sat beside Usain. "Why not you?" he asked simply. Usain shrugged. "There are others, better, stronger, faster." Coach Mills shook his head. "Speed is only part of it. Belief, that's the secret ingredient. The moment you believe in yourself, Usain, there won't be a finish line you can't cross." Those words lit a fire in Usain. It wasn't immediate, and it wasn't easy. The path to greatness rarely is. There were injuries, grueling training sessions, and losses that stung like salt on a wound. But through it all, Usain began to believe, not just in his legs but in his heart, his spirit, and the purpose behind his gift. Fast forward to 2008 at the Beijing Olympics. The world watched as a lanky young man with a cheeky smile stepped onto the track. Usain knew the odds, knew the pressure, and knew the critics who doubted he could deliver. But as he took his stance, he closed his eyes and whispered the mantra that had become his foundation: believe, and you can fly. The gun fired, and the world witnessed history. Usain Bolt didn't just run, he soared. Arms spread wide before he even crossed the finish line, he shattered records with an ease that seemed otherworldly. The crowd roared, but Usain? He just laughed, a sound as pure and joyous as his runs back in the sugarcane fields. From Beijing to London to Rio, Usain Bolt dominated the track, redefining what humans thought possible. Each gold medal was a testament not just to his speed but to his belief in himself. He became a symbol for anyone who had ever doubted their potential. In interviews, Usain would often share his story. "It's not about being the best from the start," he'd say. "It's about believing you can get there. Believe in your training, in your coaches, and most of all, in yourself. That's the key." Even after his retirement, Usain Bolt continued to inspire. He started youth programs in Jamaica, giving back to the community that had nurtured him. "Every kid has a dream," he'd say. "And if I can help them believe in theirs, then I've truly won." And so, Usain Bolt's legacy wasn't just his unparalleled speed or his world records. It was the lesson he carried in every stride, that the greatest power isn't in the legs but in the belief that fuels them.